This is comeback crit number 2 for me. All I need to do is start off stronger and just maintain it. Hey cycling community, this is Steve Grusis, the Cycling Greek. With just a bit more power in my legs, I made sure I started off stronger than I did in my comeback crits, my first comeback crit about 4 days ago. Still, I could barely reach 5.6 watts per kilogram, and I certainly couldn't maintain much above 5 watts per kilogram very long. To add to that, I felt I was in deficit because of the power I was trying to put out. Not only that, it's the first lap and my heart rate's already at 92% and rising. So what am I going to do? The only thing I can, just hang on for as long as I can. In my first comeback crit, I started getting gapped when we were just on the rollers right after the first lap. Actually on the first lap. And by the time we got to the cobbles, we had already formed a small chase group of about 11 of us. In this race, it's already the second lap and I'm still with the main group. What you're not hearing right now, because I have the sound off so I can do this voiceover, is the amount that I'm breathing, trying to hang on, because I am still on the edge. And it's just a question for me of when I'm going to drop off from this group. And speaking of that, it's starting to look like right about now. They're lined out, somebody's really pushing the front, and there's gaps forming. I am putting everything I can obviously into this. I'm trying to get on that guy's wheel just so I can rest a little bit. And then again, rest is a relative term when you're drafting on Zwift. And I let that guy go through so I can rest on his wheel. I'm hoping that I end up with somebody because I'm also starting to look at the graphics on the right to see how far back people are behind me in case I need to drop off and then form the next group. I am still on the edge, and I'm on that part of the edge where I'm at the decision point. That is the point where you think you can't go on anymore at that pace and need to drop off, but you actually can. In your hypoxic and pain state, you actually have to tell yourself, I want to keep going. And this is coming from a guy that is subject to Afib. If you give up rather than give out, you're not going to feel good about yourself. If you get to that point and just go 3 seconds more, everyone else who's in the same position you are may start to let up because they're getting tired. Then when they do, then you can just dial back just a bit and get that extra rest. And not only that, your body has just benefited by going through that stress experience and will get stronger because of it. During these first 3 laps, I've been getting power-ups and I've been using power-ups. Most of the power-ups I've been getting, 2 of them in this case, has been the climbing power-ups, the feathers. And so that's helped me on the rollers. And now I have the tractor. And so I'm going to use that when we are going over the cobbles. Should I ever get the aero or the truck, the drafting power-up, then I'll do my best to see if I can hang on to that till the last lap. I finally stopped feeling like I was under constant stress around the 4th or 5th lap. After that, I'd feel stress about 50% of the time. I'd be pushing a big gear to stay connected or to get connected if I had gapped a little bit. And then I would get to smaller gear just so I can spin to take the pressure off my legs. And of course, when I'm spinning, I can't spin there too long, especially at speed, because then I'll start to redline aerobically. Even though we were disconnected and off the main pack, these guys are pretty damn strong, and they seem pretty smart too. They never really pushed any more than they needed to, and there was the occasional attack that we had to bring back, but these guys seemed to know what they were doing. And of course, that would make things tougher on me. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump to the last lap, and I'm going to do that at normal speed. I'm also going to stop talking and turn on the sound. Now you're going to hear a whine, and that whine is my trainer. I don't have a smart trainer, I have an old dumb trainer. I just can't pull the trigger yet because of those prices. I'm looking at the Elite Sweeto because that can handle campy 10 speed. That's right, I'm not only old, but my bike is old too.